Hey guys, welcome back. My name is Ryan. I'm a full-time reseller on sites like eBay and Poshmark. And today is Friday, and thank goodness. So I've been training my nephew this week to kind of help source. And it's been a learning process, which is expected. It's been a lot of work. I feel there's just been so much going on this week. I feel sorry if the lighting. I'm actually driving to the post office now, and then I gotta go pick him up. So I figured I kind of record a video while I drive. Like, why not? You know. So I've been training him this week, and we've been going over so many different brands and everything that I kind of like to pick up. I know in my last video I kind of mentioned some things we did. Like I took him to Shields, which is an outdoor store, kind of showed him the brands like Viore, Howler Brothers, you know, brands that are kind of higher end, Arc'teryx, Patagonia. It kind of blew my mind that he'd even know what Patagonia was. I mean, I feel like Patagonia it's not like really common, but I feel like it's common enough where most people, I would say, have a sense of what Patagonia is, because it's kind of everywhere. I feel like Patagonia and North Face, Columbia, it's seen a lot. Maybe North Face is probably, at least around where I live, North Face is probably what you see a lot of, like just your average Joe kind of wearing. Of course, I showed him the hunting area because I do like to do like Western and outdoor wear. So, you know, I showed him like Sitka, you know, top of the line. But what's crazy, I can't even remember the name of it, but there was an outdoor brand while we were there, and he knew the brand and I didn't. He said one of his friends, he was just obsessed with this brand and had like, you know, 30 hats and multiple t-shirts. Like this friend just loved this brand, and I wish I could remember it while I'm recording this video, but I cannot for the life of me. But so he knew a brand I didn't, and I think kind of like what I kept telling him, you gotta constantly be open-minded. You gotta learn something new every day. I think like that's my whole goal in life, is try to learn at least one thing new a day. And that's how I know like I've done something right in the day, is if I can learn one new thing in the day. So today's the last day before he's really kind of on his own. What I'm gonna use him for right now is he's going to be stationed at our Goodwill outlet and just hang out there all day. And I don't know if he's going to stay with me long term, short term. Right now he was still looking for a job, and I was like, hey, you know what, I might have something for you if you want to help me out. So he said yeah. So we're going to kind of test this out. So I think he's still probably looking for an actual permanent job. So I'll take the help while I can, but I will say it has been a little bit overwhelming trying to do all the pictures, listings, still sourcing the days I do normally source, the Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. Those are typically my sourcing days, and Tuesday and Thursdays are kind of my listing, but my heavy picture days, and, you know, getting my drafts ready, because I don't work weekends. So I'm Monday through Friday. I bust it out Monday through Friday and enjoy my weekends. I say that, but yet every Saturday and Sunday I wake up, I grab the packages that sold from the night before, or at least Saturday. Saturday I go to the post office. I kind of just built a routine for myself. So Saturday I wake up and grab the packages, print the labels, all that jazz, take it to the post office. And I always stop at Dollar General because it's next to my house, because there's like a save $5 when you spend $25. And I usually get a lot of my energy drinks or soda for the week at Dollar General using that coupon. I know last week it was spend $40 and you save $10. So I not only did I get soda and energy drinks, but I got like toilet paper and stuff like that, because hey, you know, things are expensive, and if you can save a little bit of money, why not? And it's on the app, so all you have to do is put in your phone number, so I'm perfectly fine with that. So that's kind of my routine for Saturday. Sunday, I've kind of tested this theory out, but I don't know if it's like for certain. But I still package Sunday morning and do my 20 listings. It fell. I need to rip it off. But after that Sunday, I'm done. But I still package on Sunday. I don't go to the post office or anything like that because obviously they're closed. But I do package early. And I've noticed if I don't package, I don't really get that many sales. So, but the moment I start like packaging and printing the labels so my, orders to ship is low, I start getting sales. It's a theory, but I feel like eBay only gives me so many sales like stuck in queue. So I don't know for sure, but that's just what I thought. I gotta run in here and grab an energy drink. Be right back. There we go. I kind of made the camera where I'm a little bit more centered. I didn't think about when I first started recording. Monsters, bad for you. I still drink them. I enjoy them. So now we're heading to the post office. I drop off all my own packages. Why, I don't really know for sure, but I do. I think it's building that relationship with the post office and workers. I usually go to the same one. I mean, there's like 3 of them I go to around me, but this one I'm heading to is my absolute favorite. I know for sure when I drop them off, I am taken care of. I mean, I don't have to wait in line. It's always funny because I'll go in and if there's a line, I've already built this relationship with them where I just walk in, sit them on a certain counter and tell them, hey, have a good day. I will see you later. And they'll be with the customer and they'll be like, hey, have a good one. Because I've already built that relationship. They take care of me so much. I'm so for having good relationships with postal workers. I mean, they do a great job at this one. And I hear some stories where people they just do not like their postal service. And I think you just gotta, find the right one that works for you, and maybe find one that you can kind of build a relationship with, or at least 1 or 2 of the employees. I mean, I'm not saying you guys have to go out and hang out and have brunch or whatever, but where you can exchange pleasantries and even asking like, how's the weather? Like, what do you think of this weather? It's crazy, right? We just went from 40 degrees that today is gonna be 90 degrees. Like, that's pretty crazy, right? So I'm all for building relationships, so I go every day. I think if I get bigger, I will expand, where I might have someone actually come to me. I can build that relationship with who picks up the mail. But you always want to get those scans in. So I'm very big. I do have or at least on eBay, I have 1-day handling. I do that because I feel like it gives you kind of an edge on sales. I just had something slide across. But I am at my local post office now. There's only 2 cars here, no, 3 cars. So this will be a quick in and out. You kind of see I got my bag right there. So I'll be right back. So I already used my Salvation Army and Goodwill bags, and I feel like it does pretty good for me anyways. I just nailed my knee on the door of my truck. Getting out. I didn't think that through. And someone see me. You can see them probably laugh at me. Oh well. It is what it is. I was trying to be in a hurry. Now I gotta go all the way across town and pick up my nephew. But luckily, where we are heading, he lives right next to. Oh man, I just missed that traffic. Shoot. Oh well. Now I gotta wait for that to go. Oh well. Energy drink time. Drink water. I will say, this Monster, I'm a weird Monster drinker. I do not chug Monster. This will last me almost all day. Like, I sip on Monster, and I actually have a koozie that I got from my old job when I worked at Coca-Cola, because they have a partnership with Monster, etc., etc. And that is great. That actually goes in this, and it'll stay cold all day. This Monster will probably last me till, like, it's 8 a.m. now. Will last me till about noon, 1 o'clock. I usually down the last little bit around noon, right before lunch, just so I'm not carrying another drink, because at lunch I'll end up getting a soda most of the time, and then I drink water the rest of the time until dinner. That's just kind of about me. So today I'm going to the Salvation Army outlet. So it's a little kind of like the Goodwill outlet, except they're only open on Fridays from like 9 a.m. to noon. So no, there's only one row. They usually don't bring out stuff or anything like that. But you know what? I have found some great stuff there. I have found, I found a brand new tag, what was it? Fry blanket, and that sold for like $90. They sold a diaper bag. What was the brand? It's not Lily Blitzer. It's what is it? Vera Bradley. Brand new tags. Vera Bradley diaper bag. Sold that for, I think, like $80. I found a Louis Vuitton necktie. It's crazy that some of the stuff. I will say, every time I do go, I only find like really two like really good items, though. The rest are just bread and butter, sell for $20, $25 most of the time. There's nothing crazy that you find there. Most of the clothes are just like, yeah, I can sell for about $15 to $25. But you're getting cheap. I build a relationship with a lot of these guys, and I'm gonna take my nephew. I will try to record maybe some material of doing that. But I also want to know, like, how's everyone sourcing today? Are you hitting garage sales or flea markets? Are you going to thrift shops? Are you going to outlets? Today I'm still training him, so I think he gets overwhelmed a little bit by too many just options out there. I know when I dropped him off at the Goodwill bins yesterday, just to kind of test out for a little run of how maybe next week's gonna go. And he did okay. I mean, he knows like Under Armour, things like that, but he kept picking up a lot of like Dockers and things like that. And I'm like, we're not doing Dockers. Or he'll pick up Saddle Bread or Breed. And I'm like, we're not doing that brand either. Or he was picking up like Modern Wrangler. And yes, we do Western wear, but we're not doing Modern Wrangler unless it's like a crazy print. They do make modern brush poppers, things like that. I was like, we're not just doing a new fishing shirt by Wrangler. It's the money's not there, even if we're getting it low. Just because you buy it low doesn't mean it's worth it. You might sit on it for a while. And I'm trying to explain to him like what sell-through is. I know everyone's got their own opinion on how to do sell-through, whether you calculate with what's listed as it was listed at one point, or do you just go, here's what's listed, here's what's sold, oh, it's 100%. Like, in my mind, it's impossible to have 100%. Like, the most you're ever going to have is 50%, but that's a whole nother side note, because at one point that stuff was listed. And as the seasons change, you got to remember the sell-through is going to be different as well, because 3 months ago, not that many people were buying shorts. Now a lot of people are going to be buying shorts, so that sell-through is going to bump up. I am selling shorts that have been in my store for a while, which is great to see. And it kind of gets me to the point of like, I wanted to run a markdown sale on stuff, but I'm seeing some of my older stuff now sell because the seasons have changed. So it's like, do I mark down maybe the winter clothes, or do I just mark down the clothes with how long I've had them? Like if I've had it for over 3 months, 6 months, a year, do I just mark them down into that strategy? Because I even thought about that, because I don't really want a big store right now, but then again, I'm like, well, maybe I do. I was daydreaming yesterday where it's like, I have a picture taker, I have a lister, I have someone sourcing, but I'm like, then that's basically a job again, where I gotta pretty much set times and gotta make sure everyone's paid and things like that. And I'm just like, that, I feel like that's a lot of stress again. Do I want that, or do I want to just be it, me, and maybe one person help me source some pictures and that's it, where I kind of have that freedom? Like, I think you can really build reselling into anything you want to, you know? Like, there's so many different options you can do, which is kind of great. Like, you could build this pretty high up, or you can just stay small and make a good, healthy living on it. Like right now, I am on track for just me before him coming on. I'm on track to not only hit 100,000 in sales, so 6 figures. You'll hear a lot of people say, I'm a 6-figure seller, and it's like, yeah, you sold 6 figures, but what was your cost and all that? Like, my goal this year is to make profit 100,000. So I'm in my pockets 100,000. Obviously, there's going to be a lot of deductions on top of that, not just everything else. I'm really trying to input as much information as possible into Nifty, of say like, hey, this is an expense, and really kind of see, I want to make 100,000, and right now I'm on pace for it. Actually, I'm like barely over pace. It might be kind of closer to like 115, 120, and this is a single person operation, and I'm just doing this for my first year. And you know, living in Tulsa, there's stuff around me, but this isn't a big city by any means. Like, this is a pretty small city. I guess it's not that small. It's a fun statistic for anyone that's made it this far in the video. And sorry if the camera's shaking, it's just on a regular Windows suction thing. But the metro of Tulsa, so for Tulsa County is larger than the entire state of Wyoming. I didn't know that, but now I do. You can look up the numbers. Apparently, the county, and I don't even live in Tulsa County, but the whole county of Tulsa is apparently larger than the entire state of Wyoming. So I'm going to say, if you probably live in Wyoming, it might be a little more difficult for you, just because I live in a city metro that basically is larger than your entire state. But I could be wrong, because you might have some great stuff there. So, I don't know. It just all depends where you're at. And I feel like maybe the more people in your area, so like people in Dallas and even in Florida, yeah, you guys got great stuff. Even Seattle, you guys got great stuff. But I feel like because you have great stuff, your prices are going to be higher. You're going to have a lot more competitors because there's more people, which just makes sense. So there's one reseller I watch. I won't say his name. Well, I guess that kind of, at least you know he's the guy, I guess. But he lives in the Washington area, and he posted his picture, and his 30-day total has always been just like a hair more than mine. But then he like made a post that said like transparency and showed his breakdown of what he was making. And I'm just like, I was like, man, like, I didn't say it, but I was like, man, he's making less than me. But then I have to consider Washington, it's more expensive, for just things. I was like, I'm in Oklahoma, so it's cheaper. So yeah, on paper, his 90-day total was higher, but in reality, when we're looking at profit, I'm making more than him. And I'm not saying that is a bad thing towards him. I'm just saying it was a reality check of when people you see online making these social media contents, that you got to take in consideration where they live. So if you live in, Washington, California, New York, Florida, where the cost of living can be a little higher, where your buy cost is higher, they're maybe not making as much as someone in, Texas is pretty low cost of living. Oklahoma is. Texas and Oklahoma are pretty much almost the same state, in my opinion. Like, you can't really tell a difference besides a smaller town in Texas and a smaller town in Oklahoma. It seems the same, I think, to everyone. But the only thing we have different is, who we're rooting for in football. That's about it, I think. But I know I'm just rambling about different things because I am on the way. I hope you guys enjoy this video. One last thing though, I'm at over 300 subscribers on here, which is awesome. I can't thank you guys enough. And I am at like 800 and something on Facebook. If you're not on if you're on Facebook, give me a like over there. I just hit to get monetized on Facebook last night, which is awesome, and I've already made 7 cents. Man, I'm rolling in the pennies, if they will even give out pennies anymore. I know they got rid of pennies where I'm at. So this is going to be a kind of a heavy traffic area, so I'm going to go ahead and sign off. I hope everyone has a great weekend. And please like and subscribe and comment below just how you're going to source this weekend. I would love to hear in the comments, whether it's on, Whatnot or Dibdid or Facebook Marketplace, garage sales, thrift stores, estate sales, flea markets, outlet stores, your friend's closet, your closet. Just whatever. I would love to hear in the comments from you guys. And there's a couple of people that constantly comment in my comments. I can't thank you guys enough. You guys, honestly, without you guys commenting, I feel like I'm talking to a brick wall sometimes. So I love to hear from you guys. It really does mean a lot to me, that engagement. Or even just if you want to comment hi, or if you have a question, I'd love to answer. I'm a people person. So, but thank you again for stopping by. I'm signing off because we're getting right into it. Bye.